So you saw a girl, you did not approach her, and now you're regretting it. Well, today you're going to learn one technique that's going to help you with both of these things. How to approach the girl when you don't feel like it, and also what to do when you regret it. Yesterday, I was meeting a friend, and as I'm walking, I have in my mind that I want to speak with a girl before I meet my friend. And then I see this girl, but I think to myself, she's not perfect enough. And she passes, and then I regret it because I realized I was just thinking this because I was afraid. I was being afraid to actually go up and experience a potential rejection. Let's fast forward. I'm meeting my friend. We sit down, and I notice that I'm not being present with her, and I tell her that. She asks me why, and I say that it's because I'm distracting myself with some type of emotion that I'm feeling. There's something within me which is bothering me, but I am not willing to feel that, so I'm distracting myself with some thoughts, which means I'm not being present with my friend. Simple, I just acknowledged it, but it really helped me to feel more present and grounded and calm and happy. So we start walking back home because we're gonna cook dinner, and there's this outdoor bathroom, this public bathroom, and I ask her, like, have you ever been in this bathroom? And she says, no. Are you going to? And you might have noticed yourself when you see a girl that you think is cute and you tell your friend, oh, she's cute, and you want him to push you, right? Well, it was the same thing here, just that I wanted to use the bathroom. And I had this need, but I kind of been thinking that, no, I need to hold it until we get home and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, I use the bathroom, and as we go out, I see another girl, and I just mid-sentence tell my friend, excuse me, and I go up and I approach her. And now as we were talking, I figure out it's not my type of girl, so I go back to my friend, we walk, and it happens again, another girl. I go up to this one, I'm talking with her, I'm having fun, but I see it's not my type of girl, so I say bye, and I go. And I come back to my friend, I'm feeling happy. Now, we get back home, we're gonna cook dinner, and then I think, oof, why didn't I ask this girl out? Like, why didn't I, she was pretty, like, what was that? And I start to, again, lose the presence that I just had with my friend as we're eating dinner. Now, this was used to be very common for me. I used to think about stuff and regret it, and I wouldn't really be there with myself, with my friends, and I would kind of waste time this way. Now again, I use the same technique that you're gonna learn in a second, and I was able to be present. This technique is called connecting with your inner child. And if you don't know what your inner child is, then you can imagine that it's the part of you which is still a child and is still afraid of being rejected, is still afraid of being abandoned, because when you were a child and say your parents or your caregivers were telling you no, or they were leaving you alone, then that felt much scarier than you can imagine, because as a child you need them to take care of you to survive, so it was actually traumatic. Now these patterns then of rejection and of abandonment, they keep going with us in adulthood unless we actually do something with them, which means that we'll need to reparent ourselves so that this part of ourselves which feels afraid of being left alone, of being rejected, can actually feel more safe. Because when we feel more safe, it's easier for us to express ourselves and go up and talk with someone, or just to tell ourselves that, you know what, it's okay. Even if we don't speak with that person, even if we didn't do that, it's still okay. And we don't have to sit and self-attack and regret, because we're able to be present with ourselves. Now the way that this technique works is very simple. What you do is that you imagine that you are with a child, your inner child, and that you are then being with that child, potentially asking him a question about how he is, or you ask him how he's doing, or if he needs anything. And by doing this, you're doing the same which I did with my friend. You're acknowledging your inner child. And just by doing this, it's often enough to calm down. Now, this does take some practice, and it's much easier to show you when we're sitting together live. If you want to join a practice with us, then you can join one of my workshops. And the link is down below. It has all the information, and you can find out when the next one will be, and you can sign up. Thank you for watching, and ciao.
Yeah, subscribe, like, comment, share.
Exactly.